Hello, note takers. Yes, takers are here. More meeting notes. Note takers. Note takers show up early to catch me say words to them and, burn fossil fuel, I guess. I don't know. You're supposed to be produce or writing down what I'm saying, which is kind of crazy when you think about it. We do share these notes through our system. So, it's a little bit redundant to have note takers in here already. But hey, you do you, buddy.
Oh, guys.
I was talking to the note takers for a little bit, just to make sure that people have some good notes in their note takers that show up early.
Sure. Yeah. All good. No takers always show up early. So welcome.
That's right.
As usual, let's just give a minute or two. All right, let's just wait another minute. Okay. Right, first started to come in. Okay, when we cross 20, we got start. Okay, almost there. All right, 2 minutes. Let's go ahead. JJ, want to kick it off?
Yes, thanks, Carlos. Hey, everyone. Welcome to this week's llm-d community meeting. My name is JJ Asgar. I'm one of the community architects, along with Pete Cheslock, who is also, I don't think, here right now at the moment, but he's usually here too. Just a reminder for everyone, we do have a code of conduct, as you can see linked right there inside of the community meeting notes that we have shared already. It is our rules to abide by. The short of it is, don't be a jerk. Everything's fine, and keep it going. Also, if you haven't had a chance yet, please join our Slack. That is where we do our synchronous communication. And then also we have a Google group that you have an opportunity to join. You get access to the previous videos and also or previous meetings, I should say, and also random other little bits and pieces, kind of like the community meetings and other SIG notes that come out of that. If you have any questions for the community team, please don't hesitate to do @community-team and ping us on the Slack there. And other than that, we are very excited to see what we're going to be talking about today. And Carlos, take it away.
All right, thanks, JJ. Welcome everyone, especially the ones joining first time, if there is any. Yeah, the drill here is open forum, seek updates, again, going broad, and then we can follow up in the specific SIGs. Today's it's a great day for llm-d. After a lot of work, we just tagged version 05 this morning. Thanks to a lot of people. It's always a big effort to pull all the pieces together. Special huge thanks to Greg, who's always like shepherding all the moving pieces. So super happy about it. We tagged this morning. We announced today there is blogs and all the comms coming up. Final polishing on the blog, and you guys see some work going out today. So big thank you again. And again, this keeps evolving. I would just say that is always like far from perfect. Let's put it this way, right? It's always it's a combination of move fast and this balance between feature complete and again keeping a cadence. So feedback, let us know. There'll be a fast follow. I don't know if Greg will cover this, but there are a few things that kind of left on the table that you kind of follow up quickly. So if there is anything that you see, again, any issue, any suggestion, please do chime in. That's one for me. Somebody added one on DCO. I don't know who that was, but Greg, go ahead.
That was me. Just a reminder, please sign your commits. It makes the review process faster, and we're moving towards having DCO on at all times. So just please remember to.
Thanks, Greg. Yeah, that's important. Leonardo?
Yes, so actually, what about the Copilot commits? Because that we cannot sign them.
I think we'll need to think about this. I think I care more about the commits that are actually done by hand. And this is just like, let's reduce. This isn't to say we won't merge something if it's not signed. I just want to move towards more things being signed to start. So,
Okay.
Yeah. Sounds good. Any other open forum item? Sally?
I was wondering, are there any plans to meet up at KubeCon or I know PyTorchCon? I don't know what that's called, PyTorch conference. The CFP closes this week or February 8th. So has anybody thought about do llm-d talks? Is anyone submitting anything, or is there somewhere we could find out more about that?
Yes to both, I think, is the answer. Short answer.
Cool.
Yeah, we have a lot of talks for KubeCon already for PyTorch. It's not out yet, but maybe I'm not sure if we can do an llm-d formal meetup there, but we can informally gather for sure. Maybe Carlos,
Yeah, we definitely have a big presence there. There are a bunch of talks already accepted. Still kind of trying to organize, but I think just get together, like in person across all of us there. I think, and of course, open invite for anyone could come. So we'll try to organize something. But yeah, we'll definitely should do something like this, and maybe we can come back with some suggestions. Talks and maybe some get together. Not a formal meetup though. I think that's hard to organize. But just some kind of informal get together. I think would be good. Open to suggestions, by the way. Okay. Any other open forum topic?
maybe we can start putting release dates and timeline on the community calendar.
Yeah.
I think that would help transparency.
Yeah, Greg, thanks for that. Yeah, that was a release dates on the calendar. This was a suggestion, very important one. We've been kind of somewhat like putting formally some of the notes. We'll start as per suggestion to put the target date for the release on the community calendar. Will be a target release date. Of course, I mean, anything changing, update. Something that we learned through the last few releases is that, again, there's always a lot of moving parts, and there's sometimes we get to things that we did not predict as usual. But of course, we keep it very transparent and publish a target date and update if anything changes. The time.
do we have a shared sort of top-down plan with respect to what features we want in 06? Otherwise, I think, every SIG, every community can decide on its own, but if there are things that should align, should match, should drive towards a common goal, it would be good to know them earlier on.
Very good. So like we did last time, they're like the big themes, things that we think the project should definitely have an answer for. And then we are leaving up to the SIG leads to really kind of define what is in scope and the time frame. So we'll be doing that work now. There is some document for 06 being defined, and then we'll work with the SIGs just again to define the features. This most part worked well for 05. Again, what was really realistic in scope. We continue to improve, so we do that again, Itai, and can follow up with the big teams and then get your help and in his input for inference scheduler. Okay. Anything else? Okay. Let's do SIG updates as usual. Start with Greg.
Yeah, this is just kind of like planning stuff that we're looking at. I think we've taken on a significant amount of technical debt, both in terms of like installation as well as CI/CD. And so one of my core concerns going forward into this 06 release is going to be alleviating that however we can, whether this is unifying the paths of customizing the Helm and reopening this discussion, as well as testing the K-Gateway v2.1.1 support that we claim to have, but I was running into some issues with. As well as like container builds and all that stuff. How can we make our infrastructure more scalable? So these are the core concerns that we have for the 06 release.
Sounds good. Any question, comments for Greg? All right. Do we have Tyler around?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, go for it, Tyler.
Hey, yeah. So one VLM's v0.15.1 hotfix. Remember, so VLM is adopting semantic versioning. We're trying to do releases every 2 weeks. So ETAs today. I think it's missing just like somebody to push the button. All the milestone PRs in that are good and are closed, and PR run looks green. So expect that to land very soon. So that's good news. Bad news, multi-connector is broken. So this is the VLM way to enable both PD and KV offloading at the same time. So this has been broken since v0.11.1 in October. There's a fix up, it's ready to land. Didn't make it into 0.15.1. But like main thing is, yeah, we're gonna improve testing upstream, but like also nobody's using this apparently. So yeah, just wanted to call that one out. On wide EP, so we're working on a couple of different cases and putting together recipes. One GB200 for NVL72. So as of last Friday, we have llm-d working end-to-end. LM eval results pass. We also have NVFP4 DeepSeek v3 running. One minor issue is pending a PR to fix there. And we're also working through some issues that we're seeing in profiles. Looks like async scheduling isn't having an effect, and seeing some issues with CUDA graphs that need to be resolved. So working through these things and then benchmarking. On MI300X, we have a work in progress work stream on YDP there as well. We're seeing like pretty reasonable performance, so we're trying to replicate a blog post on the Mori RDMA library demonstrating YDP performance from AMD from a couple months back, where they were seeing about 1,500 tokens per second per GPU at like a 2K ISL, 100 OSL. We're seeing about 1375 at 0 ISL. So some performance improvements need to be made there, and then some other issues we're seeing as well. But pretty good progress over the past week. EPLB, we're working on getting async turned on by default. There's some open hangs, some related to NVFP4 and just the number of transfers happening concurrently then. We have some other hangs that are related to the async case specifically. So once those all land, I think we have about 4 PRs in the pipeline right now. Once all of those land, then we should see a pretty sizable speed up when running EPLB, which you'll see manifest in like a P99 ITL or TPOT kind of case. I posted a tentative Nixel PD roadmap from Nicolo on my team. One, we have a PR up to enable Nixel plus the hybrid memory allocator. So this will enable sliding window attention used for KV transfers, and then Mamba support in that case will land after.
All right. Tons of good stuff. Thanks, Tyler. Questions, comments for Tyler? All right, keep us posted, Tyler. Thank you. All right, inference scheduler. I think Itai, you're covering today.
Yeah, Neely's out. So obviously the 0.5 release is out. Lots of progress there. Quite a few first-time contributors, so thank you everyone on that. We started planning on the 0.6. The major focus is going to be being more workload aware for specific workloads, with the initial work already underway. For example, there's been work on agentic applications. The proposal has been published. Batch is making progress, and as well as starting to look at scheduler awareness for reinforcement learning workloads and getting more support in there, multimodality, especially around EPD disaggregation, support in the scheduler itself. There's a proposal in progress which will be published as well. We have an interesting feature, which is chunk decode. Instead of doing the full decode end-to-end from start to finish, batching it, which allows the ability to maybe stop things in the middle or at least at well-defined points, have a bit more fairness in the way it is done. This is done outside of VLLM. If it proves good and proves well, might be something that we want to get into VLLM down the road. And there's also a big push into getting all of the Python code out of our builds on Inference Scheduler using the tokenization sidecar, which will encapsulate all the Python code. The goal is to have this done by mid-February, and we hope to see improvements in our CI/CD following that.
All right. Thanks, Itai. Comments, questions? Okay. Maroon, EV disaggregation.
Yeah, so we also released 0.5. It was a very big community effort, similarly to 0.4. I won't go over the key features. I already did several times, but it has really been a significant community effort, and we expect to see the same towards 0.6 and more. Now going into the 0.6 items drafted so far, which we covered to depth yesterday, but we'll go in high level again today. Then do you want to take on the offloading items?
Yeah, thanks. So the offloading items, we have a bunch of them related to the offloading connector on VLLM itself. There's some small items like low-hanging fruit, preemptions only offloading, so you can just turn it on always, and if you have very little memory to spare, it's just going to help you if you're getting into preemption area where GPU memory is overloaded. The bigger ones are HMA support for offloading, and that would work for storage as well once you do it in the offloading connector. Multi-tier, so take first the offload to CPU and then directly from CPU to storage, rather than going, what we have today is a connector that goes to storage with a bounce buffer in CPU. So that's going to have some benefits to it. We're looking at a Nixel backend to integrate Nixel, maybe offer more optionality on transfers. On the storage connector, we're working on a GDS support that can, with NVIDIA and the correct storage, you can do direct GPU to storage. Heterogeneous TP support, again, this will probably be in the actual offloading connector. It can simplify a lot of things, even maybe rework the Nixel PD connector to work through that and save a lot of the mess of heterogeneity. And then just we have all this offloading, and we're just trying to trickle in the combination of routing and offloading. So how does routing together with storage work? So these are the big items around offloading, and I'll give it back to you.
Yeah, so on the rest of the items drafted mostly around growing functionality, around better KV cache scheduling, let's say. So this tokenization, especially around VLM render API, that is being promoted recently. So we're very confident that we should see maybe the complete disaggregation in 06, considering all the effort going in all of VLM, llm-d, and the gateway API inference extension. We'll also start pushing on the semantic KV cache proposal we have in the agentic runtime North Star, and we expect this and others. So I've listed ecosystem integrations, especially with the KVBM integration. We expect the agentic runtime North Star to be an ecosystem level effort that builds upon this kind of collaboration. And read more about that in the reference linked. And some more on multimodal scalability, especially around EPD, that's to be discussed, and auto-scaling integrations. And just a touch on what's progressing right now, or like what's actually being PR'd, so HMA and VLM, and pushing towards the disaggregation.
Thanks, Baron. Yeah, it's just nice to see again. I mean, we just bringing more collaborators and also working with others, and great to see KVBM, for example, the work happening there. So we expect just again to see more. So thank you for that. Marcio, for benchmarking. I'm sorry, I forgot to ask if there's any comments from Maron and Danny. Right, if no questions, Marcio.
Okay, it will be real quick. So as it happened for V04, we asked for a special exemption to delay the release because we just had the latest text last minute. We sincerely hope that it's the last time we have to do that. So there will be not a release right now. However, of course, since now most of our investment it was on this writing of the per guide benchmarking that was written mainly by Dean and Dmitry. We now have a benchmarking guide for each one of the well-lit paths. Yeah, please do take a look, give us feedback how we can improve that. The idea here is basically used by the feature developers, especially when they are developing, they can quickly interactively test, right, change the code. Only other noteworthy thing here is one of the feature requests, which is automatic support to upload results to object storage buckets, is there on the code right now. And should have a release approximately the mid of next week. That's it.
Right. Questions, comments? Okay, let's go
Yeah,
to Sally.
Carlos, I
Go
just wanted to ask something maybe related to benchmarking. We would like to share some benchmarking results. Can we use the llm-d Google Drive to upload it, or yeah? Or
Yes.
do we have any other? Okay.
Yeah, I'll let Marcio comment, but yeah, we do have a public drive that we've been putting some of the benchmark data. Just make sure that formatting all of this is following what we defined. But Marcio, I'll let you help the team.
The main directive has been let's have full transparency of sharing data on that drive.
Yeah, of course.
And let's keep it.
Okay.
Nick, you had a comment? Question?
Yeah, I just wanted to note that if you copy the data directly as it's spit out from llm-d benchmark, that can include sensitive data like Hugging Face tokens and cluster context. So just make sure you sanitize
Okay.
the load.
Okay.
Thanks, Nick.
Sure.
Okay. Moving over to Sally now.
Hey, yeah. We also have a similar goal for once tracing gets in, really pushing for that now for 0.6. We underestimated the amount of coordination that it was going to take to get everything in. And so about a week ago, I punted on that. And so now that 0.6 roadmaps are out, we'll work on that. But I have a similar goal to add a guide for each a tracing guide for each example. So far, I've been testing with precise prefix and PD disag, and then the tracing there is very unique per guide. So that'll be something that'll be coming in 0.6. And then keep an eye on those RFCs of VLM. I don't know if we directly track those with llm-d, but if somebody is particularly interested in those, just reach out and we'll try to get those in too.
Greg?
Just a quick comment. I think we'd love to see the observability stuff, even in the fast follow for 0.51. I'm not sure we'd get to necessarily everything there in terms of the VLM RFCs, but in terms of IGW, as well as other points of integration that we missed, I think we could expedite that timeline to like 2 weeks. We'll discuss this more later. I just wanted to raise it.
Cool.
Yeah, agree. Very good. Last one, obfuscating. I don't know, Lionel, Abhishek. I don't know who's covering today.
Yeah, I mean, I can cover. So V0.5, as we all know, is out. The features for WBA will be part of the blogs, but we really want to thank the new contributors that contributed to some of the features of V0.5. So post V0.5, we're planning on moving out of llm-d incubation to llm-d core projects. And as we do that, we also did V0.6 planning. So the roadmap, I believe, was shared last week or a week later, or more than a week ago with the community. But the concrete milestone with tasks populated is also been shared now. And feel free to create new tasks and add to the milestone. V0.6 also has new features, and there's a proposal out there for manually accepting scaling suggestions by auto-scaling algorithms. This is driven by the use cases document that we shared with the community, and we do see new use cases added to the document. WB also has an integration path with Kserve, and the documentation has been added. In the last community call, we discussed about the SLO API, and brainstorming is happening. And for reference, we were trying to look at the Dynamo SLO API. In parallel to that, we're running benchmarks with synthetic workloads on HPA to understand HPA better and let WBA improve HPA scaling for llm-d workloads. So that's it. I mean, Lionel, did I miss anything?
No, I think you covered almost everything.
Okay.
Thanks.
Okay. Thank you, Abhishek and Lionel. That completes all the SIG updates. Any questions, comments? Okay. All right. So keep an eye on 06 planning as we start to put this together. Again, suggestions and feedback on 05 and fast follow items. Please do chime in. That's helpful. And once we finalize the planning for 06, we'll be sharing broadly in the channels. If anything else, of course, always ping type people. We'll try to get back as soon as possible. And with that, we'll close today. I see you guys next week.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.